So what if I told you that the next iPhone might bring video recording capabilities that you're gonna have a hard time finding anywhere else? Because yes, we have rumors that Apple wants to double down on making the iPhone 12 the perfect vlogging tool. OnePlus just put out the first episode of their new documentary and it gives us a lot of answers. And after the Google Glass fiasco, Mountain View is making some new moves to get back on the smart glasses game. I'm Jaime Rivera, and I guess yesterday we created the perfect spot for everyone to bring over their complaints about iPhone 12s without a charger. Make sure you add yours. This is Pocketnow Daily. The official news today begin with deals. Yes, it is the last day of June, and these continue to pump. Deals continue getting so good, it's just hard to resist some of them. This started off with the 10.2-inch iPad, which is currently $50 off, leaving the entry-level variant at $279 shipped. Yeah, $279. If you want extra storage, the 128GB variant is also $50 off, leaving it at $379. And then we've got the Razer Blade 15, which is also $300 off, leaving the Intel Core i7, 16GB of RAM, and 512GB SSD variant for $1,700 shipped. The Galaxy Note 10 Lite is also $100 off, leaving it at $450 at B&H. And we've got more deals on Chromebooks, Galaxy Watches, and Beats headphones in the links in the description. Now, Qualcomm just surprised us today with the fact that smartwatches are getting better. The company has just announced their new Qualcomm Snapdragon Wear 4100 and 4100 Plus platforms. They are built on a hybrid 12nm architecture, down from the 28nm from last year. This architecture includes a higher performance SoC with improved CPU, GPU, memory, cellular modem, and camera subsystems, because that's actually a thing in China. Basically, the difference between the two is that the 4100 Plus is a big processor with the same small co-processor that we saw on the 3100, and then the 4100 is just the big processor. Some of the new feature promises include super fast performance and connectivity, a dedicated LTE mode, and a smarter always-on display with far more colors and complications. You can learn more about all the spec sheet and everything it can do in the links in the description, and let's hope, Qualcomm, when do we get the first ones? Now yes, Sony took a lot of the spotlight with their announcement of the PS5, at least in its design and features, but the company never really revealed the price tag, and we're not expecting it to be anything affordable. And we've known that Microsoft will most likely have the upper hand when it comes to actual performance with their Series X, but we're also assuming that the price tag is going to be hefty as well. Now, apparently Microsoft is working on a more affordable console, which is codenamed Lockhart, and will reportedly debut as the Xbox Series S. The codename came from some leaked dev kit documents, but now a new report claims that this is a more affordable console that will be announced in August. According to the leaks, this console will aim at 1080p and 1440p gaming instead of the 4K that we'll be getting from the Series X. It'll bring the same CPU as the Series X and reportedly less RAM and a lesser GPU, obviously because you're pushing less pixels. We'll keep you posted as, timing is interesting. Pricing has to be as well. Now, how many of you remember Google Glass? 2? What, only 1? All right, fine, yeah. It's mainly because regardless of how cool it was a nice concept that was extremely overpriced and never became popular for a couple of social etiquette reasons. And apparently, because we've got all the haywire of Apple glasses, it seems that Google doesn't want to be left behind the market that they wanted to start. So we've got their new move. See, Mountain View just acquired North, the company behind Focal's 1.0 smart glasses. Neither of the two companies have disclosed the financial transactions, but Rick Osterloh said in a blog post that North will be merged with Google's team in Canada. The problem with this is that we won't be getting the Focals 2.0, and this project is aimed for the long run, so we're not exactly sure about when we'll get to see some hardware. Here's the thing, let's just hope that Focals is the company that actually handles this within Google going forward, because regardless of what IP Google's buying here, let's just face it, Focals has been successful, Google never was. And yes, because today is June 30th, the first episode of that documentary from OnePlus has been revealed, and we get to see some information on what's coming. First off, the phone will be dubbed the OnePlus Nord. The company even changed the Instagram account name to oneplus.nord. On the first episode, Pete Lau announced that this will be the company's first product under the $500 mark in recent years. He also mentioned that it will be sold in India and Europe, and only selected US consumers will be able able to get it through a highly limited beta program after the release. We're not sure if this is an early design, but in one of the scenes we see the phone with a flat punch hole display and with dual selfie cameras, pretty much like the leaks. Now, pre-orders will begin tomorrow, even if we haven't really seen the phone yet. And stop looking at me funny, I don't have the phone yet. And finally, the hottest news today have to do with Apple, the iPhone 12, and two separate reports. One which is pretty much, we could say, a confirmation. The other one which has me speechless right now, but let's just begin with the fact that Apple and BOE, that partnership, or should I say the lack thereof. See, according to a new Digitimes report, BOE failed to secure Apple's validation for these displays. This doesn't mean that they won't supply displays after all. It means that we might not be getting BOE displays on the first iPhones, or probably until Q4, after the iPhone has launched. Meanwhile, Samsung and LG will be handling all of the displays until Apple and BOE can iron out the issues. But as for the second report, or should I say leak, I want you to name one, just one consumer-grade camera that's capable of recording 4K at 240 frames per second. Tell you what, I'll make it easier. Name one camera that can record 4K at 120 frames per second. I could even top that off. Name how many cameras out there are currently capable of recording 4K at 60 frames per second. And yes, aside from certain smartphones, flagships at least, it's a handful of consumer-grade cameras that can do this. Well, on an interesting note, earlier this weekend, Everything Apple Pro posted a new video with leaks and predictions for the iPhone 12 line, one of them being an option to record 4K video at 240 frames per second. And today, according to a tipster on Twitter, there is evidence on iOS 14 Beta's file system that mentions this feature, allowing for 4K video at 240 frames per second in native video capabilities. Like, this is nuts. I still consider any iPhone after the iPhone XS to be pretty much the perfect B camera, or to be enough of a camera for anyone that wants to start a YouTube channel right now. But in today's question, I wanted to ask you, like, when you buy a smartphone, like, how much do you care about the video capabilities of your phone? Because obviously I'm biased, I do this for a living, but I really want to know what you think in the comments down below. Do you care? Is it important? Is it a selling point? Or is it just something that's nice to have but you don't really care about? Let us know what you think in the comments, and also leave your comments about how much you hate Apple without chargers. Friends, again, if you want to get the news earlier, follow us on Pocketnow.com and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. Also follow us on social media as our extended coverage happens on Instagram, and follow me on my personal handles to see me, I don't know, like iPhone video, hate iPhones without a charger in the comments. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.